Welcome to the Guide of Shattered Veil. For your loadout, I recommend the GS45's dual wield, decoy or stims for your tacticals, throwing axes for your lethals, and ether shroud for your field upgrade. Gobblegums I recommend are idolize, arsenal accelerator, power keg, cashback, and shields up. The first step is to open the mansion and collect the fuse from the maintenance worker up the stairs in the library by killing him. Go over to Richtofen's computer and shoot it to get the circuit board. Go behind the elevator and put in the parts and activate the elevator. Interact with the button in front, wait for it to open, and kill all the zombies that come out. Go down the elevator and go over to Pack-a-Punch. You will need to get round 10 to get a floppy disk from the lab technician. This zombie is wearing a lab coat and can only be found in the mainframe room. In the meantime, before round 10, you could go around the map to pick up items you need for the Easter egg. You will need to find a lamp in the banquet hall room to the right of the Gobblegum machine in a box. Next to Quick Revive, there will be the first reflector in the fountain water. The second reflector will be behind the PhD machine in the fountain water. Another part you could get now is the essence bomb. There will be white crates around the map that you will need to break. Most of them will drop salvage, but one of them will drop the bomb. You will need to go around the map to find these. You could skip this step if you get the Ray Gun Mark II from the box, but if you didn't or are playing with multiple people, keep on watching. Once you get the floppy disk, go into the East Foyer room and interact with this computer. The printer will then start to print out a paper very slowly, which you will have to wait for. A lot of vermin and zombies will start to spawn, so be careful. Once the paper is done, you can interact with it to read a message from the Goat Blanchard. This note will give you a code word, which you will have to translate into 4 numbers. You could get worm, crab, yeti, or moth as your word. You will then need to head over to this blackboard in the nursery to translate your word into a code. As you can see on this blackboard, there are a bunch of numbers in groups of a certain number of letters ranging from 1 to 8. You will need to take the first letter of your word and find which group it is in. If your letter is in the group of 5 letters, 5 will be your first number. Continue with the rest of your letters in your word and write down the 4-digit code. Once you have your code, go down to the mainframe and interact with this keypad to put your 4-digit code in. Once you put it in, the door will open and you will have to kill the HVT Doppelgast. Upon killing it, it will drop an arm. Go over to the armory and interact with the fingerprint scanner on the wall, and then you will be able to grab the Mark II. Once you have the Mark II, you can start collecting parts to upgrade it. First thing you should do is collect all 4 spores from around the outside of the map. You must do this first before getting a different upgrade because you won't be able to get them after. At the time of recording this step is bugged, and if you try to shoot the spores with an upgraded Mark II, it won't work. Once you find one of these spores, you will have to shoot it with the unupgraded Mark II. They will drop and you can pick it up. They could spawn in the spawn area, by the greenhouse, in front of the mansion, and around the outside areas of the mansion. Once you collect all 4, we could start getting the canisters. The first canister can be found in blue rocks around the map. The first one can be found above the greenhouse. The second one can be found upstairs in the mansion by PhD. And the last one can be found in the basement area right next to the armory. Shoot them with the Mark II and they will drop salvage, and one of them will drop a canister. For the next canister, it will be found in this pod in the mainframe area. Note down what letter is next to it. It will either be A or B. Get at least 2 throwing axes. These can be found naturally spawning around the map, and come over to these pipes. You'll need to throw the axe at the lower valve, and if your letter is A, throw it at A. If your letter is B, throw it at B. You will need to aim a bit higher to hit them. Once you hit all of them correctly, you should see gas coming out of them, and Sam will give you a quote. Run back to this pod and throw a Molotov at it, and it will drop the pod. For the last canister, run over to this body and pick up the Casimir that is holding. This will be there every game. Run to double tap and throw the Casimir at the ground outside this barrier. This will suck up the canister, and once the Casimir is gone, the canister will drop. For the Toxic Marksman upgrade, you will need to place the canister in the greenhouse and place 4 spores in these machines. You can only do 1 at a time. Once you place one, you must protect it until it is fully grown. Once it is fully grown, go to another machine. Once all 4 spores are grown, go back to the canister and pick it up. Go to the spawn area and place the canister down, and you could upgrade the Mark II. For the SMG upgrade, you will need to come to Shem's Hedge near spawn and place a canister in here. Once you do this, 1 or 2 abominations will spawn in, depending on solo or in a squad. Do not kill these abominations. You will need these abominations to use its beam attack to hit these 3 stones. It doesn't have to be in one beam attack. Once they were all glowing blue, the abomination will now have to do the charge attack near it, causing them to float. Once all 3 stones are floating, this will start a little defense where you have to protect the middle from vermin only. You can see the percentage bar on the left side of your screen. If vermin attack it, the percentage will go down. The best way to do this is to just keep 1 zombie and kill the vermin. Once it is at 100%, the canister will be ready to pick up. You can craft this variant in the basement area right across from the armory. For the shotgun upgrade, you will have to go down to the basement and place the bomb on these rocks, revealing a path to a cave. Go down here and place your 2 reflectors on these 2 black poles. Put the canister into the machine, and this will start a laser that you will have to redirect into the Doppelgast statues with the reflectors. You can move the reflectors by meleeing them, and there is another reflector pole on top. Once you get the laser to be on the Doppelgast statue, melee the crystal crystal in the middle and it will spawn the doppelgast. Kill it. You will then need to pick the reflector by the canister and place it on the pole on the top area. Melee both reflectors till it is on the next statue and melee the crystal. Kill that doppelgast and pick up the top reflector. These can be done in any order. Place the reflector back on the black pole by the canister. Melee both reflectors till the laser is hitting the last doppelgast. Melee the crystal and this will now spawn an HVT doppelgast. Kill it and wait for the snake in the middle to turn back to normal and pick up the canister. You could craft this variant in the doctor's bedroom. Grab the Toxic Mark II upgrade and go into the library. Interact with this computer next to the painting and get kills with the Mark II until the painting is open. Once it is open, jump in and exit. You will need to use your Ether Shroud to find 3 blue glowing books. The way this step works is you will need to be in Ether Shroud to see the books, but after your Ether Shroud ends, you will have a few seconds after we could still see the book and pick it up. You could find a free full power drop in the study right under this computer by looking in this hole. The first location for the first book is in the overlook upstairs to the left of the bar on the desk. The second location is right outside the yellow painting in the library on the couch. The second item can be found upstairs in the east foyer on a desk. The second location for this item is right by Elemental Pop in the study on top of a desk. The third and final item is located in a fireplace in the downstairs area in the east foyer. The second location for this can be found right next to the elevator in the banquet hall in the fireplace. Once you have all 3 books, go back to the library and you should see 3 glowing books. You will have to guess the combination to open the secret door behind the bookshelf. If you interact with one of them and nothing happens, this isn't the first book. If you do pull it out and hear gears turning, this is the first book. Continue this with the other 2 books till you have successfully pulled out all 3 books and a secret door will open. Go in and grab the ritual item. Now go back into the painting and make sure you have the Toxic Mark II, as you won't be able to start the ritual without it. Interact with the podium to start the ritual. Once you start the ritual, you will see that the HVT abomination will have a yellow shield. Shoot the Toxic Mark II at it till the shield breaks and start damaging the abomination until it is fully dead. The shield will keep coming back, so make sure you use the Mark II on it to break it. Once you successfully kill the abomination, wait for the animation to finish above the Sentinel artifact to pick it up. Grab the shotgun Mark II and interact with the computer next to the elevator in the banquet hall. Kill zombies with the Mark II until the painting is open. Jump in and grab the ritual elixir at the edge of the table. You will need to go around the map and interact with 3 chalices and kill the elder disciple that spawns with each one. One of these chalices is in the wine cellar, one of them is in the spawn area on the bench, and the last one can be found on the overlook on a bench. Once all 3 are lit up, go back to the elevator room and you should see 3 numbers around the wall. Write down these numbers from left to right and make your way over to the west hallways to the right of death perception, and there will be a safe. Interact with the safe and put your code in. The safe will open and pick up the ritual item. Make your way back over to the purple painting and make sure you have the shotgun Mark II variant. Interact with the mountain again to start the ritual. This will start an HVT elder disciple. You will need to damage the shield around it with the shotgun Mark II until it breaks. Once the shield breaks, damage the disciple. Keep doing this till he is dead. Pick up the artifact and continue with the last painting. Grab the SMG Mark II. Place the lamp on the wall to the right of Juggernog and it will start the mini Simon Says game. Follow the flashing light and interact with the lights based on the pattern you get. Once you do it correctly, a secret door will open and head downstairs. Once you are downstairs, interact with the last computer and kill zombies near the painting with the Mark II SMG. Once the painting is open, jump in and leave immediately. You will need to go to the study area and break all the glasses near the SWAT wall by. You will need to find a bell in one of these locations. One of the locations could be found towards the ground on a plate. Another location could be on the left of the SWAT wall by. This could be a bit tricky to grab sometimes. Another location could be on this brown shelf. The last location could be found to the left of the computer towards the ground. Once you hit the bell, go over to the bar on the overlook and place it. You will then need to get the brain rot ammo type on your gun and brain rot a zombie next to the bell. As soon as you get the brain rot zombie, interact with the bell and the zombie will go behind the bar and give you a flask. Go down to the blue painting and make sure you have the SMG Mark II variant. This will start the last ritual and spawn an HVT mangler. Shoot the SMG Mark II at the shield and then damage the boss with a weapon and repeat this until it is dead. Pick up the artifact and now you are ready for the boss. Getting ready for the boss. The perks I recommend are Juggernog, Speed Cola, Stamina Up, Quick Revive, PhD, and Double Tap. I recommend you having at least a purple rarity weapon. I prefer the GS45 dual wield pistols. Keep them double packed so you can buy ammo at a cheap cost. The best variant for Mark II in my opinion for the boss is the SMG Mark II, as it shoots fast and does pretty good damage. You get tier 2 armor, but I strongly recommend tier 3 because this boss does a lot of damage in the later stages. A score streak I recommend is the chopper gun, as it does a ton of damage to the boss. Self revives and armor plates can be bought from the crafting table, same as the chopper gunner. Once you are ready for the boss, place down the artifact in front of Sam and accept the vote. If you're on solo, just placing on the artifact will start the boss, so don't do this before you are ready. Boss fight. The final boss for this map is the Z-Rex. This boss has multiple stages stages to it. Richtofen will be helping you throughout this boss fight by giving you ammo, armor plates, and if you are very lucky, he could even drop you a self-revive. The best strategy for this boss fight is to stay away from the Z-Rex as much as possible. Use the rocks in the middle to your advantage and run around them if the Z-Rex is charging at you. The first stage will have the Z-Rex running around the arena with normal and toxic zombies around. You will just have to keep damaging this boss until he jumps on top of the mountain. The best way to deal damage to him is if you hit him in his eyes, which are his critical spot, and if you see toxic zombies on the Z-Rex's back, shoot them and they will do tons of damage. Once it jumps to the mountain, it will spit acid on the back side of the arena, so it is best to stay near Richtofen. You just have to survive this stage till the dinosaur comes back. Phase 2 will make it so the Z-Rex and the zombies get faster. Just keep on damaging the Z-Rex and keep your distance until he goes back up on the mountain. Once again, just stay alive until the Z-Rex comes back into the map. Phase 3 will make it so the Z-Rex and zombies get even faster. Keep your distance always. Keep damaging the Z-Rex till it goes back up and stay alive till the Z-Rex comes back. The last stage will be very, very difficult as the Z-Rex and zombies are even faster. The Z-Rex will start charging at you and is very fast to the point where he could catch up to you, even with stamina up and PhD. The Z-Rex will start jumping on you and tail slamming and sending you up into the air. Keep your distance and try to evade the Z-Rex by going around the rocks. Save your chopper gun until this point and pop your gums you brought to help you here. Once you have successfully killed the Z-Rex, congratulations, you have beat Shattered Veil. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.